All right, guys, let's check out some drama. And for today is big Twitter drama.
I've served over 10 years on Twitter.com, and I've come to realize that every single opinion ever has been had on that website. Even when my car was stolen last week, there were some people accusing me of orchestrating the theft of my vehicle for views on my podcast. And if anything, I would have done it for views on Mogul Mail. Subscribe while you're here. There is one thing, however, that unites all of Twitter together, and that's when somebody steals art. It's the highest treason imaginable in the lands of Twitter. Now, I'm no fan of art theft myself. However, this is a bit of a controversy because it toes the line of art theft. It's a bit of drama. So let's talk about it. It started with a video uploaded by Corridor about a week ago. I'm just going to show you 10 seconds of this, and I want you to formulate your own opinions about this anime rock, paper, scissors.
Wait, before we continue with this, anime rock, paper, scissors, whatever, I actually reacted to the original one, and I didn't know if it was AI or not. I guessed about like 1 minute later. I was like, guys, like from their faces and whatnot, it looks like they used a lot of AI resources in doing this and creating this. I didn't know like it's almost completely AI, and I enjoyed it and I liked it. I was saying just like hopefully like in the future they work a bit on the facial expressions and they add more details and more work onto it. But the whole idea and everything behind it was really cool. I really, really liked it.
Now, you might have a couple thoughts. One, the sound design's pretty good. And two, this anime looks a little weird. Ludwig, this looks weird. And you'd be right about that. It's a good thought you had.
That's
you'd
exactly
be right,
what I thought.
because it's not actually animated. It's video and uses AI technology to create animation and do the rotoscoping work.
But okay, where is the castle in that video?
The work of making the anime look like it's actually moving around. There's some frames in it that look really weird, this being one of them. You could call it a smear frame, but you'd have to smoke a lot of weed to get to that opinion. Here's actually a frame by frame of them taking a video and making it in anime using this AI tech.
Paper, scissors. It's thanks to all the support.
Boom,
from the members
boom,
at
boom,
corridor.com.
boom. Honestly, kind of interesting. The making of was a very
like
insightful
4 or 5
video,
steps.
but it was called something a little bit pretentious. Did we just change animation forever? No.
No, not really, because in this whole anime, they had to use real people with real expressions and do real movements and stuff. And you can do that with rock, scissor, paper. But you can do that with a fantasy anime, with fantasy power, with flying people and monsters. You know, like these things you actually have to design.
No, you didn't. But people did not take that title lightly and took to Twitter to, well, shit on this.
Did somebody in my chat say that person has a punchable face? Why would you say he has a punchable face? That is so mean, Sammy.
Project. This was somebody kind of hyping it up. This is the future of IP. This anime is made using AI. Corridor Crew's a must-subscribe channel that shows the whole process. 18 million views. Less than 10K likes. And they're getting lit up in the quote retweets. Sheesh. More like it was made for the trash. Got him. Yeah, I can scroll this for days, and you'll find no shortage of insults for the people who made it. And it makes sense, because this did come off the heels of a little more controversy involving AI in anime, specifically with Netflix Japan. Now, there was an anime that came out, an anime short, called The Boy and the Dog. I'll show you just a few seconds of it. Cute story about a dog and a boy. And all of the actual dog and boy in this is animated by a real animator. However, if we translate this, the entire background image of this 3-minute sequence is AI generated. And people weren't happy about that. They said they had to do it for labor shortages, but let's be real. Japanese animators are some of the most overworked people and underpaid people in any industry. There's literally a guy who died from a heart attack 3 years ago, stress-related, stress-induced, because of how overworked they are.
Oh my God.
So for then an AI to turn around and then take all of the work so that the studio can make more money and also just
more
take
product?
inspiration from the people who animated it originally, seems like a little fucked up. Seems a little fucked up.
Actually
People
true.
don't like AI taking over.
Like, this is the problem. There are people who did this. With, like, AI doesn't create anything original. AI always uses someone else's work and just changes it. Basically, references. He uses, that person or the AI uses references and constantly puts different type of references from multiple resources into one, changes it to the point that you don't see the original artwork anymore, and creates a new version. Now, this is the problem. They don't say, like, AI never tells you from where they reference the work. They never credit the actual original artist because there's so many that they can't do it. It's not like just one artist or one style or whatever, you know? It is very, very hard to do it, but it's not impossible. And that is the thing.
Over their jobs. I get that. Now, this obviously was the context for why people on Twitter were so upset about the Corridor Digital video. And they didn't do themselves any favors because they said a lot of cringe stuff. Let's just watch.
It's part of our humanity to try to visualize things that don't exist. Like, let's talk about traditional 2D animation, cartoons. The most creatively liberated medium is also the least democratized. It takes incredibly skilled people drawing every single frame of your movie to make it happen. But I think we came up with a new way to animate, a way to turn reality into a cartoon. And it's one more step towards true creative freedom, where we can easily create anything we want.
Now, they talk about democratizing animation so that anyone can do it, and having creative freedom so anyone can make anything they want. There's only one problem. To do this project, they stole a lot. Now, they were open about this theft in the video. They said it several times, but they taught the AI how to do a specific style of animation so that every frame would be consistent in the animation by feeding it Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust frames. So basically, they were like, hey, watch the shit out of this anime. Only anime in this style. Because otherwise, the anime would have popped out, 10 different styles of anime. And if you did it in a video sequence, it would look impossible. It would look like shit. There'd be, like, different styles all over the place.
Interesting concept. Someone in the chat said, I mean, isn't that how humans learn as well? You see someone's art and you adopt the idea. Yes and no. Basically, you can learn, not like idea, you can get inspiration, but at the end of the day, people will see that you're just a copy of a person or you're copying a certain style until maybe you come up with your own. So I do understand the fact that you can reference it, you can learn from it, but then you don't sell that product. You don't show that. That's something you learn in your house by yourself. And then once you have your own original idea, your own original thing, that's what you represent to people as your own work. Because I personally would feel so freaking ashamed as an artist to use someone else's art in my art and call it my own. And that's the thing. That's disrespectful.
So they just jacked it. And you can very much see the resemblance. I mean, this obviously looks better because it's actually animated. But like the nose shape, the eyes, it all is kind of drawn from this. Which is also free to watch on YouTube right now. People have said it's good. I started watching 5 minutes of it and it seemed kind of decent.
Oh my God,
now,
we should watch the
Bloodlust
Bloodlust
movie.
movie.
Takes that were a little bit too reactionary, a bit too hot. Illegal AI lawsuits should be brought against Corridor, who stole art stills, animation, photographic cells to repurpose it and monetize it without consent or compensation to matter.
This is the problem. The monetization behind AI is the problem. And it's happening right now in big waves. Not only YouTube videos, you guys, where you just get monetization with ad revenue and whatnot. No, people go and use AI. They create their own pictures using AI, using someone else's references, and then they sell them as prints on websites. And people buy these prints thinking it is an actual artist, 2D, 3D animations, whatever, and they sell it and they take all the money. Where is the money for the actual artists? It is like, okay, it's smart, it's disgusting. It is very disgusting. It is very sad that it's happening, and now I don't know the solution. Because as I said, it doesn't reference one person. You cannot find hundreds of people and pay them all.
At House Studios.
Well,
And they
it
go
will
on
never
to say
work.
that AI is a problem and it's stealing all of the work and that they should be sued for this. I agree that AI art when AI language uses specific source material, one, they should get permission. And if they don't get permission and you upload it, they shouldn't get monetization on it. In the same way that if I take a song, YouTube auto copyright claims my video and then gives all of the revenue to the original copyright holder, they should have some.
Why music cannot, like, once you see or hear a tone, like in music, when people take, like, when you hear the melody, the original melody, like, people are gonna, like, you have to buy the original melody, or an artist has to ask the original artist to use their song or their melody in the background of their song. You know, like with music, the copyright went so high, but with art, it never did. And that is the problem. Like, music is copyrighted, where audio is one of the most copyrighted media out there. They have the best lawsuits. Audio. Visual, not so much. Audio, all the time.
Technology to detect if this AI language learned from one source too specifically and then give credit to that source who they learned from. Suing them, however, it seems like a bit of a slippery slope, because you could technically sue for use of any IP. Even something that everyone, I think, would wholly agree is valuable, amazing, cool, and human-made, like the SpongeBob anime, they could probably be sued for if they're making money off of it, right? Because they're totally ripping the IP of SpongeBob. You know, it doesn't matter if you know, they changed it a lot. They're taking the IP that is still held by SpongeBob. And you don't want Big Disney and Big Mickey Mouse to be cracking down on someone who's just putting hard work because it's a fan-made thing. Same goes for like any sort of IRL, Dragon Ball, or One Punch Man video. All the stuff could feasibly get taken down, and that would, I think, be cringe. So suing, I don't know, but getting paid for their work, absolutely, I agree. And then there was this take. I keep thinking about AI dudes saying stuff like, it enables people to create what they couldn't create before. The Corridor video was shot in live action before they ran AI shit over it. You've literally been able to film a movie on phone for years. What's stopping you from creating before? You didn't want to learn how to be an animator. I get it. There's plenty of other ways to create stuff, dudes. Now, I get the hate towards AI. I just have like an intrinsic hate to it. I don't know why. I think I just appreciate things that are human-made a little bit more. It's kind of like when I realize something's handmade versus like factory-made. I'm just like, oh, hell yeah. I'd like to support my fellow human in their endeavor and working hard as opposed to this.
I hate how real it's getting. That is my problem. I hate how real, like how good it's becoming. I am afraid of it taking over from actual people who do the talent and the hard work, because AI learns so fast and humans are not that fast in learning. And it would really make me sad if AI takes over while using other people's work. You know, our sweat, human sweat. It's like, no, man, come on.
It's a machine that is trying to get more and more profits. And I do think Corridor had a major issue in the branding of everything.
But he needs to clean his mind.
AI forever, and animation forever. We are going to literally democratize through our video. That's all bullshit. If they just uploaded a video that was like, hey, we made this and we think it's cool, and this is how we made it, and maybe you could make it too, people probably wouldn't be as upset. And the reason I say that is because they're not even the first one to do this. In fact, this type of animation has been the staple of Joel Haver for years, and his shit is fucking dope. I don't think many people would hate on it. Let's just take a look at a few clips. If you've never seen Joel Haver before,
isn't this AI?
It'll be somewhat similar in terms of
we love this.
AI
we watch this
as the rock paper scissors, but I think a little more stylistic.
Your son is missing.
Surprised you hadn't seen the posters.
What posters?
Those ones?
Oh God. That's Marshall on the poster?
Yes, he's our town rat.
Now, this is all AI generated rotoscope.
For real, you cannot be an AI artist. Like, that is not a thing.
And Joel goes into how this video is made on another video where he basically takes videos and takes like shots and animates one single frame.
Fluffy hat, and then I use that for my head shape. So you don't have to.
And then after making a single frame, has AI do all the work of rotoscoping. basically like, hey, I drew this, now draw it for every other frame in this video. And he talks about the exact tech he uses for that and the exact software that's all free that allows him to animate with actually not doing all the work of animating every single frame like rotoscoping currently is done. And he has a very good message at the end that I feel like if this is what the Corridor guys said, people would have been on board. Let's just listen.
Love it. It's such a great tool. It lets me create rotoscoped animations alone, which is something I never would have had the time or patience for otherwise. And, you know, for that reason, there are some skeptics in the comments like, oh, is it really rotoscoping? It's like, yeah, it's like AI-assisted rotoscoping. It's like a cheat code, you know? All technology is a cheat code, you know, like filming on a digital camera rather than a film camera is a cheat code.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Filming on a digital camera is only possible by filming on a digital camera. Like to have a film on a digital camera, it's only possible by using the camera. This can be used and can be done with your hands, with hard work. It is not something that, like, the only thing that you are doing is shortening the time and effort and talent put into it by using something else. You know? I don't think that is the same. You can't say a digital camera, picture of a digital camera is the same as you using a cheat code here. Do you know what I mean?
Or editing on a computer rather than splicing film together was a cheat code, you know? Anytime technology makes art easier to learn, more accessible, more efficient, we should...
This is exactly what you're saying. Easier, more accessible, for me means lazy, non-talented. Work on your talent. Work harder on accomplishing a talent so people can appreciate your originality and your work, that only you are the human being who can create something like that and no one else. So people can actually want to work with you and want to have your work because you put so much hard work into learning and becoming a better artist, you know, and then just accept the fact that it takes a lot of time, a lot of dedication, a lot of time to do that. But no, people just want to take things fast. People just want to do the fast way because they are not ready to spend so many hours working on something without knowing if it's even going to work. You know? It's not like we are in such a fast-paced society. It's not like back in the day when someone knows from 12 years old that he's going to be a carpenter, and then for the rest of his life, he's working on that, improving it, and then in the village, he's the most famous carpenter, and that's it. Like, it's not like that anymore, you know? Like, it's so hard.
Applaud it because, you know, art should be in the hands of everyone, and we shouldn't have to break our backs and our wallets and waste our lives to make it, you know?
That's the problem. Art should not be for everyone. Artists should be appreciated for being artists and for being talented for what they can do. The same applies to boxers. They should be, like, do you want everyone to become a boxer? Like, what are you talking about? It is something like if a person is born with the talent and they put the hard work into it, in my opinion, you should appreciate that person that dedicated their life into that craft. It is a craft. It's not something that everyone should do and be able to do.
We should be able to feel good while making art. And
That dude was spitting bars.
No.
And a lot more humility in that message than the Corridor guys who, at the end of the day, did take all of the inspiration and the learning.
At the end of the day, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say one more thing. I'm sorry to pause, Ludwig. Okay, if everyone wants to do art using cheat codes, do it. But do we want to let you get paid doing that as if you are a professional artist? No. Why? Because you're using someone else's work, original work from someone who did put the craft, the talent, the work into doing that. You know what I mean? And that is the problem. If you were a person who spent your whole life doing that, to be after 20 years, 30 years of hard working into accomplishing this style of art, this work, this honestly, like all of that, and then bam, AI just steals that from you in a couple of seconds, enhances it, does it better, and then that person gets all the credit and gets the money. Do you think that's fair? Because I don't think that's fair.
From Vampire Bloodlust and said, we change anime forever. Joel does have his own style and does his own drawings, but still uses AI. I don't think AI itself is inherently bad and evil in this sense, where I think a lot of people are like, AI bros are all cringe. Is Joel an AI bro? Did the Corridor guys just give themselves maybe too many pats on the back? Do they want to because they worked on it really hard for a long time? The answer to all of those is probably yeah or no. I forget the questions. Anyway, that's it. What do you guys think about it? Is it cringe? Is it cool? What do you think? I don't know. I don't really. Just subscribe. Just hang out. Just, you know.
I don't know. I just
feel
posted
like
a video.
The tech itself is fine, right? But how it's learned, how the AI is learning is the biggest thing. It should probably only learn from original source material. But we're probably going to get into a situation where they're learning from so many different things that you can't track the singular thing that it originally learned from, so that you can't actually get mad at it. Then we reach some slippery slopes. Anyway, AI is changing fast, huh? Phew. Man. All right, see you later. Hopefully it doesn't come for my job next.
Yeah. See how it feels? Oh, you started sweating the last second when your brain thought about it? Oh yeah. See, it doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good at all. Because it's literally stealing. AI art is stealing. Like, it started with entertainment, with media that is just digital entertainment. And I say just because it's not something that, a job that is necessary for living and surviving on Earth. You know what I mean? And it starts with media and entertainment. And this is the question we have with AI art, okay? Now, if we don't look at this, if we ignore this, and if we keep going, accept it, move on, let it be the way it is, what's next? AI is developing really quickly, guys. And AI is going to start taking some actual real jobs from real people. That is very necessary for the livelihood of certain people. You know? So that's the thing. That it's just the start, and we should immediately now work on lawsuits and work on changing the law and bringing new law things in order to not make this happen in the future for more serious problems and more serious professions. And that is just my opinion. We should not ignore it. We should figure out a way for it to exist or coexist with actual digital artists without harming anywhere out there. AI learning from original work would never be a thing, because AI, like it literally, the basis of AI is it literally has to learn from other work. And if it only learns from itself, you oppress it and it will never accomplish or achieve anything. You would only have to then, I would say that would not be possible from original, but it would be possible if certain artists gave permission or being credited, or companies with certain artists working for the company and their art is put into a certain AI development, then that is different. Like, you have actual companies that do AI, that use AI with actual artists that they pay on a monthly basis, you know? And then that type of AI art, I would say, is fine to sell and whatnot, because the company is paying the artist. It's already working on that. What do you think? That's my opinion. Okay, let me know in the comments if you're watching this on YouTube.